the All-Stars. This is brought to you by New England Roller Derby Report. They would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings and shorts designed to fit you. With 7 different lengths and pockets, she is sure to have a style that works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available. Also offering dozens of armbands and helmet cover options, she has got you covered. So please see sociopath.ca/NERD. That's Sociopath, SEWCIOPATH.ca/NERD for 10% off your next order. I'm Bobby Narco. I am joined by Kelly Kruger.
Hello.
We are going to be bringing you Team California versus Team Kansas. Do you have the seeds on these, Kelly?
Yes, Team Kansas is actually the 15th seed. They actually made that upset on North Carolina, the 11th seed, and they are playing California, which is the 5th seed. So Team Kansas is definitely looking to make another upset.
Right, and Kansas has already skated once today. That could be their advantage. California, the number 5 seed, skating for the first time today. And they are going to be wearing black. Kansas is going to be wearing white.
Their signature sunflower, looking so pretty.
Yeah, I like the helmet covers for Kansas.
They're incorporating.
They look very good. I didn't see what California has done with their Jammer Star just yet. Let's go through the rosters while we have a chance. You want to take us through Kansas, Kelly?
Sure. For Team Kansas, we have number 10, Olsen, number 12, Rolla, number 13, Dacha I, number 1337, Luna Shovegood, number 138, Hitney Spears, number 187, Sweet Assassin, number 2, Hippie Shin Kicker, number 232, Sophie Nominal, number 26, Shutter Speed, number 316, Jinja Ninja, number 317, Flipper, number 4, Jessica Boom, number 678, Triple B, number 7108, Vanilla Slice, number 777, No El Paso, number 8, Beef Body Ohadi, number 87, Skilla, number 89, Heart, number 999,
Abella.
Thank you, Abella Virus.
I tripped over that one myself.
It was just like, it's a tongue twister. And the captain for today's game is number 86, Black Mamba. You have Public Asset as their A, and Tom Swervo and Chocolate Slice rounding out their coaching staff.
Okay, over on Team California, number 138 is Patty Hirsch, number 1337, Dana Scully, number 1729, Lucille Balls, number 215, Boo, number 33, R2, number 37, E-Rex, number 4, Mad for Gravy, number 444, Unleashed, number 504, Louisiana Slamma, number 6, Diamond, number 626, Maddie Masochist, number 707, Tara Tot, number 86, Ginger Snapper, number 88, Bell Ringer, number 808, Hawaiian, number 934, Shady Hawkins, number 9999, Knox Hard, and the captain, number 247, PMS. Coaches Ranger wearing the A, joined by Woo and Rollamite. And we got it done before the action got underway.
We're skilled.
Can you see those jammers?
No.
Scoreboard saying Jessica Boom and Maddie Masochist. Let's see if we can take their word for it right now. Jessica Boom is wearing number 4, and Maddie Masochist is wearing 626. First penalty of the game goes to California, sending a blocker to the box. Didn't see the call. Illegal position, now sending a Kansas blocker to the penalty box, and California has picked up lead. White getting a full minute for not leaving in an expeditious fashion, so the illegal position coupled with a misconduct will give you a full minute in that penalty box.
Jessica Boom finally made it through that pack, and California's jammer picks up 4 points.
California losing a blocker on a direction of play penalty, now also losing a blocker on an illegal contact penalty. Not sure which is which, but 2 California blockers in the penalty box now. The place to be. Team swapping 4 as each team has made one scoring pass. California's on its second.
No El Paso trying to hold on to Maddie from California, but she had to let her go for a no penalty.
So still scoring 8-8 and going for more.
So it looks like there's a Kansas 3-wall trying to contain California jammer while Jessica Boom is trying to inch up through the 2 California blockers that are on the track. Unfortunately, she was welcomed with 2 more blockers from the California side.
Yeah, the penalty box emptied right out there. California got 2 back, and Kansas got 1 back. And now we have all 10 skaters out there crammed into turn number 3, now starting to strung out between turns 2 and 3. 2 minutes ends the jam. It was not a 2-minute jam by nature, not because anybody lost jam, it just was a natural 2-minute jam. 12 points each, no lead. Not usually the case. You usually get somebody has a lead after jam 1. Dozens are wild on the scoreboard, 12s everywhere. Do you remember who the penalty box sponsor is?
It is Apex Skate Shop. It is the shop that is in line 309 in Harleysville.
Excellent.
Where we are today.
Lots of business there. First lead of the day for Kansas. That is number 89 picking up lead. That's Hart. And the California jammer struggling through the back of the pack. That's 707 Tara Tot. Illegal contact is the call on the skater in white leaving. That's a Kansas number 10, Olsen.
That's their second penalty in the last
their third
2.
Because they got a double penalty, right?
You are right.
Second trip to the penalty box, but it's their third penalty.
So that means they only have 2 more left because it is a 40-minute game. They get an additional penalty, but then that means if they already have 3 down, they only have 2 to go before they will foul out.
First lead change comes in jam number 2. 4 points unanswered by Kansas makes it 16-12 in favor of the team in white. Our house announcer is Nella, and she has a good vantage point on the jammers. Rola's going to be jamming for Kansas. Rola's number 12.
Versus E-Rex for California, who is the lead jammer.
So teams alternating lead through the first 3 jams.
And Rolla was able to dip down low on that outside line and get right under the last 2 California blockers to kind of catch up to E-Rex, making her call off that jam.
In addition to the announcers working the game, we also have announcers working the cameras, helping Nerd Derby, helping Chad out with all this. Much love to Nerd Derby, bringing you this broadcast. Let's get those tallies. California picked up 3, bringing them up to 15. Looks like Kansas was held scoreless for the first time this game. It is a 1-point game. 16 playing 15. With 15 minutes and 34 seconds left in this half. We're going to have 2 20-minute periods. If we get a stoppage of play, we'll tell you a little bit about the subtle rude changes or if we can work them in. All those 9s, 99-99, picking up lead for California. That is Knox. High block coming in on whoever's leaving. Nobody leaving yet. That's 777 on the white team. No El Paso on the high block. First jammer to repeat is number 4 on the white team, Jessica Boom.
And Jessica is hit out of bounds on the top of turn 2 by Unleashed, number 444, blocker for California.
Unleashed going to the penalty box on a multiplayer. Star cover has been passed. Is that right? Yeah, 777.
Oh,
the
Vanilla
new jammer of record. No, 7108. First star pass of the game. Tallies 4 for California. We have a lead change. And a timeout by Kansas.
Actually looks like it was 8 for California because it's 23-16.
Nice. Oh, it's good to work in erasable ink. And 8 is the second highest tally of the game. Each team put a dozen on the board in the first frame. So 23-16. Whose team timeout was it? It is Kansas's timeout. Give us a chance to thank some of our sponsors. If we can find them.
We thank you, sponsors.
Yeah, sponsor list
You're
is
doing
around
a
here
lot of
somewhere.
good things, allowing BOTAS to happen and such.
Well, we do know that the Apex is our penalty box sponsor, so we'll shout out some love to the Apex right now. Clock showing 14 minutes and 29 seconds left to play.
I know 888 is a sponsor.
Get Tom. Get Tom. All right, so we are ready to resume play. And out there on the jammer line, looks like, let's see if I can see sideways from the camera angle. That's white 89 on the jammer line, who is already 1 for 1. And now, oh, track cut picked up by white 89. So lead goes to California. That is Maddie Massicus picking up lead.
And Hart is sent to the penalty box, giving California a power jam. It looks like Beef Badio Hottie and number 777, No El Paso, are trying to contain Maddie, but there isn't any chance. She fights through, and she's able to get through and pick up 4 points.
Pack now in retrograde, heading into the back stretch. Drawn all the way from turn number 2 to the top to the second apex. Nice apex hop there.
Yes, Team Kansas wanted to, from the first game, try to adjust their lineups because they haven't been able to practice together. So they did switch up their lineups a little bit from what we saw in the first game against North Carolina, but they do have a power wall that they like to rely on, and I believe you just saw it.
Did a really good job with that apex leap.
Yes.
That was Hart able to hop that apex with the help of her defense. 7 points put on the board by California brings them up to 30. California's put points on the board in every frame except the second. Kansas has not scored in the last 3. Let's see who's going to change that. I'm eavesdropping, and I hear that Rolla is the jammer for Kansas. I overheard Nella say that.
And Tara Tot is the jammer for California.
Tara Tot, number 707. So it is first time these two jammers have faced each other.
And Rolla is your lead jammer for Team Kansas.
Rolla's 1 for 2 on the jammer line. Tara Tot 0 for 2 on the jammer line. Tara Tot is the only California jammer who hasn't got lead.
And Tara Tot is able to break through, but right behind is Rolla, who calls it before Tara Tot is able to go back behind the pack to get points.
Yeah, PMS got to the penalty box. I didn't see the call, very sneaky call, but PMS going to start from the penalty box for California. So California going to be down 1 skater. Kansas going to be at full strength. 4 points on the board for Kansas, breaks that skid, brings them up to 20. California held scoreless for them the second time this game, keeps them at 30. This is a 3-2 scoring ratio, using 10 as your common denominator. Those ratios are the easiest. Here we go. Who's out there on the jammer line, Callie?
We have E-Rex jamming again for California versus Jessica Boom for Kansas, which is not the lead jammer because she had that no pass, no penalty. Yeah. So California is able to become the penalty.
Wow, teammate on teammate. That could have been a major penalty. The sneaky points. Looks like Jessica Boom believes that there was some sneaky points picked up.
Yeah, we're trying to see if there's any points awarded, but we're waiting, and there's a timeout.
Kansas got 4. There's 4 on the board for Kansas. Question is, did California get any? California was the lead.
Yeah, I don't think California was the lead because when they got through, they saw Jessica coming up against their blockers, and they just called it.
Yeah, they tried to shut it out. So, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. California got lead, but called it off too late. Kansas picked up those 4 sneaky points, as my fellow announcer, Hebrew Hamlinkin, likes to call them sneaky points, when you're not lead, but you get the points anyway.
I think Team Kansas might be the one to watch for BOTAS because, again, from a 15th seed level, beating the 11th seed and holding their own against the 5th seed of California. They're only down by 6 points. I really feel like they might be a Cinderella story here.
This is an official timeout. It's going to stop the clock with 10 minutes and 28 seconds left. Neither team is being charged with this timeout. So in this format, during this phase of the tournament, the games are 40 minutes long. There's going to be 2 20-minute periods, a 5-minute halftime. The teams do switch benches at the half. You get 2 timeouts per game, and you get 1 official review per team per game that you do not get to retain. The period clock stops as normal, and skaters foul out at 5 penalties. For games pretty much through today and tomorrow. Saturday we'll start having regular
60-minute
regulation WFTDA regulation games. All right, so the scoreboard is squared away. Those 4 points were not ended up being put up by Kansas. It was scoreless. It is 30-20.
We have Hart, who is the lead jammer for Kansas. Black Mamba hitting the California jammer out, Wheezy Anna Slamma. But she was able to get back in and trying to pick up points before Hart calls off the jam and is successful to keep California scoreless.
There's those 4 points for Kansas now to bring them up to 24. A 5-to-4 scoring ratio using 6 as your common denominator. And look at this. California's now been held scoreless 3 jams in a row. Kansas was held scoreless 3 jams in a row previously. 9 minutes and 35 seconds left to play in regulation of the first half. Penalty box has 1 Californian in it. Is the person from Kansas a Kansan? A Kansasite? A Kansan, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's Kansas.
Taro Tot is your lead jammer.
And Vanilla Slice is right behind her for Team Kansas. So we'll see if she applies any pressure, able to get any points.
Yes.
Both of them.
Each got 1.
And
the penalty box was empty by the time those ones were scored. So no extra points, no blocker points. 31 playing 25. 8 minutes and 52 seconds left to play. Kansas is the Sunflower State, and California is the Golden State. Penalty box once again empty. Kelly, can you see who the jammers are?
I see helmets.
There you go. Scoreboard says Jessica Boom and Maddie Masochist. Let's believe them until we see otherwise.
Yes.
Is the lead jammer for California.
Lead jammer. It's very interesting because Team Kansas, their last game, they were able to hold and contain and slow the pack down, but Team California is making them run. So I think it's catching them a little bit off their actual game.
Yeah, that was a very fast
That
lap
was a
right
very
there.
fast.
So nothing. Our second truly scoreless of the game. We had a 0-0 back in jam number 7. Keeps the score at 31-25 in favor of California.
I have to start watching them when they come out of the.
Oh, and they're telling us who the jammers are also.
Oh, look at that.
How about that? So it's
Magic.
37 and 89. 37, E-Rex, 89 is Hart. 3 in a row, California. The second time California has strung 3 leads in a row together. They also did that in jams 3, 4, and 5. Kansas only has 3 leads the whole game. So if you look at the lead jammers, it's 7-3 in favor of California, 8-3 in favor of California. Forearm penalty coming in. Who's leaving on the forearm? Nobody yet. It's the jammer? No. It's that white skater over there.
Oh,
Kansas is going to be down
Kansas.
1 on a blocker. California at full strength. California picked up 4 points on that last set of whistles, bringing them up to 35. Kansas sitting on 25. 7-5 scoring ratio. Oh, look at that. Good catch. Go ahead, sir.
Rolla for, I'm guessing, it's Rolla for Team Kansas. And I see a 9. I think there are 9s. All the 9s?
Tifa.
All the 9s.
All the 9s.
Knox, right?
Yes.
Haha, Knox for Team California.
No, wait.
But I don't think there was a lead jammer called.
Yes.
Oh, if Rolla gets through, she might. Rolla is your lead jammer. Knox got through the pack first, but there must have been a penalty, and she wasn't able to pick up lead. So Rolla is actually your lead jammer for Kansas.
Rolla's 2 for 3 on the jammer line. Picked up lead in Jam 6 as well as this past jam. 4 each. Keeps that 10-point margin. Box is empty. Everybody is crammed into that tight little space there.
Jessica Boom for lead jammer for Team Texas.
And that's Tara Tots just completing the initial pass for California. Illegal contact on the California pivot at the very end. Number 215, Boom. 215 pounds, it says.
Oh, that's cute.
I don't think that's 215 pounds. Maybe they pounded on 250
Maybe
different people.
215 pounds.
That would work also. Refs conferring about the points. Nothing showing yet. And we're going to take an official timeout while the referees confer about the points. Scoreboard frozen with 4 minutes and 41 seconds left to play in regulation of the first period. I'd like to thank once again our good friends at Sociopath.
And Kansas actually picked up 4 points, so it's now 39-33 California.
Good catch. So a 13-11 scoring ratio using 3 as your common denominator.
It looks like we have Hart jamming for Team Kansas.
You got to have Hart.
You got to. I think that's what Team Kansas definitely has. It's a whole lot of heart.
Gotta have Hart. And Maddie Maskus going to be wearing the star for
Thanks, Nella.
California, right?
Hart is the lead jammer for Team Kansas.
That is 3 leads in a row for Kansas. Here come the Kansas All-Stars.
I think Team Kansas is starting to remember what they are really good at, because they are now starting to slow down the California jammers, which they weren't able to do before.
Mamba picked up a forearm, so little swipperoo in the one California blocker comes out, one Kansas blocker goes in. Jam is called. Ooh, kind of a late hit there. And the coach saw it and is campaigning for a penalty there. 5 points on the board. We have a 1-point game, 38-39. Holy cow, Kelly. Looks like we got us a game.
Yes. I was very excited for this game, I'm not going to lie.
We're not in Kansas anymore,
We
Toto.
are not. Tornadoes have come and gone, and Kansas is here to play.
Yeah, the earthquakes have yet to hit. Let's see what's going on out there right now. That's E-Rex. Number 37 jamming for California. And who is the jammer? That is Rolla.
Rolla for Team Kansas. Olsen trying to provide some O for Rolla to get through, but Team California blockers are recycling, reforming, getting right back in front of her.
It's very green of California, so, they're going to be doing their share of recycling. Star has been passed. So 2-minute jam.
Vanilla Slice.
Second time the Star has been passed to Vanilla Slice. First time by this jammer. Last time it was passed by number 4, Jessica Boom. Direction play penalty sends a Kansas blocker to the penalty box. Yeah. That's Joey Mojo with the call.
Vanilla Slice able to get on through on the inside line, get through, pick up 4 points, while E-Rex is being held onto from Team Kansas blockers, but she also is through, picking up 4 points as well. The winner of this game will have to go against our number 1 seed, New York. The last game of our day today at BOTAS.
Mo Cheesemo is going to be on the broadcast with one of us. Whichever one of us it will be. If it's California, I'll be on the broadcast with Mo. If it's Kansas, he'll be on the broadcast with Mo. Meanwhile, out on the track, points going to both sides.
Looks like Vanilla Slice is going in for those links. She saw an opportunity, but they were able to resist. Then number 12 for Kansas, Rolla. That's what we call a sacrificial penalty. She did but she went from a counter perspective and got called on a penalty and had to go to the box, but her jammer got through and got points. And it looks like it's still a 1-point jam. There are 12 points for each jammer. California at 51 and Kansas at 50.
Just like jam number 1. Each team got 12 points. How about that? 51-50. Holy cow. Timeout, California. They're first. Going to stop the clock with 1 minute and 2 seconds left in regulation of the first period. No, 56 seconds now showing. Nice. You having a good time, Kelly?
I am having a great time. This is my first year at BOTAS. This is my first year doing broadcast and
you're knocking it out of the park.
Doing camera work.
Only second year at Battle of the All-Stars, but a great time here at Inline 309. I want to thank our host league, Bucksmont Roller Derby, a combination of Bucks County and Montgomery County, so they mashed them together to make Bucksmont Roller Derby. You are watching the Battle of the All-Stars on twitch.tv/Nerd Derby.
You got it right.
All right. Chad, look, an amazed look on his face, and Bobby actually got it right. Let's see if anything going fun on the chat. If you have Amazon Prime, you can donate for no cost. Always good to help out and donate. Keep this free derby coming. So we've had 2 jams that went the full 2 minutes. Those were jams 1 and 15. We had 2 jams with no score at all. Those were jams 7 and 10. And then this was the first time we didn't have a lead jammer at all. First time with no lead jammer. All right, timeout is over. We are ready to resume. Penalty box has 1 Kansan in it. California at full strength. Tara Tot, jammer of record for California.
And triple B for Kansas, and that is her first jam of the game, her first time out.
Multiplayer block called on a California skater.
Yes, it was a multiplayer on number 138.
Patty Hearst. A very California reference.
Yes, and it looks like there was a star pass to number 999.
Thank you very much, good catch. Third star pass for Kansas, first one that didn't go to Vanilla Slice.
Yes.
Trying to do what they can. California picks up 8 points on the back of that timeout, so a well-placed timeout by the Bear Flag Republic. No points for Kansas, keeps them at 50. 1 Californian in the box. That is Patty Hearst. Kansas at full strength.
And we are officially at
it is halftime.
Intermission.
Halftime's only going to be 5 minutes. I don't know if we'll be able to do much statistical analysis, but we do what we can. Get yourself something to eat. Go get yourself something to drink.
Snack.
We'll do a little bit of math and join us in a couple minutes for the second half of California versus Kansas. All right, we are back in for the second half of California versus Kansas here at the 2020 Battle of the All-Stars. I'm Bobby Narco. I'm joined by Kelly Kruger.
Hello.
We got some statistical analysis from the first half of the game in terms of lead jammer. California had lead jam 9 times. Kansas had lead jam 6 times. California did not pass the star. Kansas passed the star 3 times. There was 1 jammer penalty for either team the whole half. That was a Kansas jammer. Went to the penalty box on a track cut back in jam number 5. There were 2 jams with no score. Those were jams 7 and 16. There was 1 jam with no lead. That was jam 15. There were 2 2-minute jams. Those were jams number 1 and 15. In terms of the high score, 4 different skaters have had a 12-point jam. For California, back in jam number 1, that was done by number 626, Maddie Masochist, and in jam number 15 by number 37, E-Rex. And then over on the Kansas side, jam number 1, 12 points were put on the board by Jessica Boom. And then in jam number 15, 12 points were put on the board by number 12, Rolla. And we are back in play for the second half.
Yes, it looks like we have Hart jamming for Team Kansas.
And that's Maddie Masochist on the
you.
line for California. Maddie Masochist, number 626.
We have number 4 going to the penalty box, and joining them is their pivot, number 33, R2 for Team Kansas, so they are down 2 blockers.
Now, a direction of play penalty sends a Kansas blocker to the penalty box. That's number 8, Beef Body Ohadi. Do we have lead yet?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
There we do. Now we are. California just picked up lead. Kansas has been putting points on the board. They must have had a no pass, no penalty.
Yeah.
Hart now recycled onto the infield. Has to re-engage in turn number 3. Second scoring pass for Hart.
Yes, while California is lead and hasn't called it yet, and Hart has picked up 8 points so far.
Yeah, that's the first scoring pass now for California. California coach is saying, go, go, go. That is a Ranger spinning the finger in the air saying, get your points, get your points. Nice block by number 10 at the top of the pack. That is Olsen. They delivered a big hit there.
Oh, there's a foot tangling togetherness between.
Misconduct is the call on the pivot for blocking a down skater because the skate's
yes,
entangled.
Yes, because the skate's entangled. Yep, absolutely.
So Kansas pivot picked up the misconduct there. 4-point pass completed, but Kansas now just completing another 4-point pass. Kansas is going to get the better of this, even though they didn't have the lead.
So now I think Hart heard us, and she heard that she wasn't a part of that 12 high-point score for Kansas. So she's like, okay, I see you.
Congratulations,
I'll do that for the first one.
You are there, and it's only a 5-point game. It is 62 playing 67. Oh, I thought the coach was upset. They're just trying to shut the door. You hear that pounding over there on the bench. I was like, don't be that mad. You're still in the lead. 37 is the jammer for California picking up lead. That is E-Rex. And hot on E-Rex's heels. Who is that?
Rolla for Kansas.
Do we get a 0-0?
Yeah, and we have a blocker for each team standing up in the penalty box. Looks like they'll be released in Jam 3.
Our third scoreless of the game, first of the half, keeps the score 67-62 in favor of California. The highlighters are erasable too.
Stop it. What sweet wizardry is that?
I don't know. They're not a sponsor. I don't know if we can say the name of the product. It's the guy who flies the plane.
It says removed by friction.
707 picks up lead for California. That's Tara Tott. Still in the pack on the initial is number 4 for Kansas. That is Jessica Boone. That's not closing the door. That's banging in encouragement.
And a star pass to Body Ohadi. Beef Body Ohadi.
And lying supine in turn number 2. Tara Tott calls off the jam. 4 points will bring California up to 71. No points for Kansas keeps them at 62. 9-point game. Box is empty.
Oh.
They got a pivot on. They had an extra pivot on the track,
no.
but they
now
got
they don't have a pivot at all.
No pivot at all.
Ooh.
Pivotless for Kansas. 99-99 picks up lead for California.
And Triple B 678 for Team Kansas is through the pack.
All of the leads this half have gone to California.
Wow.
But Kansas is going to score even though they're not the lead. Ooh, big spill heading into the backstretch. No call.
Oh, wait, there it is. Nope, nope. Oh, Triple B ends up being the – no. Nope, that was still – nuts. There was a lot of whistles.
Whistle
Sorry,
got
guys.
swallowed,
I got excited.
I think no, I did hear the whistle too, and it couldn't have been lead because lead had already been established.
Right.
So I think either lead got called again and swallowed, or a penalty got called and swallowed.
Gotcha.
Either way, 3 points on the board for Kansas. Stops their skid, brings them up to 65. California, with no points, puts them at 72. They must have picked up a 5th point in the previous jam while I wasn't looking. Oh, no, it's 3. Brings them up to 2, brings them up to 74. All right.
So it looks like we have Maddie again donning the jammer star for California versus Rolla for Team Kansas.
Maddie and Rolla. Forearm penalty coming in. That's sending a blocker for Kansas to the penalty box.
No El Paso is going to the penalty box.
And a destruction has been called, but nobody's leaving yet. That's number 86 on the white team, Black Mamba.
Rolla is the lead jammer for Team Kansas.
First lead this half for Kansas. Who's the California jammer? Right over here. Maddie Masochist.
Rolla able to pick up 2 points in that last jam before California could score at all. Trying to close that gap, so it's 74 Kansas, 67 Kansas.
This is an awesome game.
It is a really awesome game.
Hey, while we got the sponsors, let's thank some of them.
we got sponsors.
We apologize
back.
to our sponsors. We misplaced our ad list, but Kelly, who can we thank right now?
So
while
we
get a
can thank
chance?
Spank Alley, the only fully adjustable roller derby armbands on the market. They also ship worldwide, so check them out at www.spankalley.com.au.
Out on the track, number 504 is the jammer for California, but just getting handled by this Kansas defense. No pass, no penalty, so not lead, even though the California jammer is first out of the pack. And that is Jessica Boom jamming for Kansas, struggling past the shoulder of number 444, Unleashed. Unleashed just guarding that outside line.
It looks like Jessica Boom is being called on a forearm and being sent to the penalty box. So this is the second time Team Kansas is in the penalty box for the jammer, giving California a power jam.
And California jammers have been cleared. That is not a lot of jammer penalties. It's a shame that they both got on the same team and that that's the trailing team.
Yes. I think this is when that 5-seed wisdom and derby brilliance shows.
Shout out to the people listening in both California and Kansas. I know it is early there.
Yes. Oh, and we were asked who is number 10 on Kansas, and that is Olsen.
Yeah, they are having a great game
as
well.
They are a destructive force on the track. They are making every single jammer on California regret their life choices.
Jessica Boom back in play. Everybody's on the track. All 80 wheels are there at that second apex. It gets any tighter, you're going to need a crowbar to pry them apart. Nice blocking by 33. The pivot for California. R2. They're just taking turns recycling them. 444 gets in there. Unleashed. Penalty coming in at the back. That might loosen things up. It's a direction of play. That's number 86, Mamba, on the direction of play.
Yeah, this is definitely the first time both sets of blockers for both teams are really starting to play defense and slowing down and containing these jammers, not letting them through the pack. And they're just like, you see a Kansas blocker try to come out and play O and try to go back, but every single blocker is their job in that last jam was just to contain that jammer.
I got the penalty wrong. It was not Mamba that reported. It was actually another team. It was the California. California's got 2 in the box, and we just had a foul out. You only get 5 fouls, so we had a foul out and a swap-a-roo in the penalty box. I didn't see who went in, and I didn't see who went out either.
I think it was 44. Nope, wasn't 44 because 44 went in for
I
an
think
actual.
444 Unleashed might be the one that got that fouled out. No,
Okay.
they're in there now. Not official review. Maybe they're going to try and salvage that. If you get that penalty uncalled, then it's not a foul out
There you
anymore.
go. So we also should thank 187 Killer Pads. Have been designing and constructing pads for top professional athletes for the past decade. Started by a longtime skater in a family-owned upholstery shop, 187 Killer Pads have since become the preferred choice of skaters worldwide. With its visionary designs and revolutionary systems, 187 Killer Pads continues to lead the way in raising industry standards and making protective gear better. Follow them on Instagram and on the web at www.187killerpads.com.
So this is an official review being requested by California. Clock is frozen with 11 minutes and 2 seconds left in regulation of the second period.
I think while we have a second, I also kind of want to thank our tournament head announcers, Gretchen Little and Kent
Yes.
Smith, because without them, we would not
We wouldn't be
here.
here.
So thank you very, very much.
Chad says that's who's to blame.
Yep.
See, we also have some other fun facts. We can tell you that the official beverage of Kansas, they don't have one. Let's see, California, they don't have one either. Neither state has an
I
official
feel
beverage.
like California should be like a kale smoothie or something.
I was
something
thinking
like
orange juice, but
Oh,
then
okay.
Florida is also.
The orange juice, yeah.
But multiple people, lots of people have milk as their official
That's so
beverage.
weird.
The official bird of California is the quail. The official bird of Kansas is the meadowlark. The California poppy is their official state flower, and the Kansas sunflower is their state flower. The motto, they're both in Latin. No, California's in Greek. California's Eureka. I have found it, which is what it was allegedly shouted when gold was discovered there.
Oh, okay.
And then ad astra per aspera, to the stars through difficulties, the Kansas motto. Kansas was admitted to the Union in 1861. California was admitted to the Union in 1850. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's an awful lot.
Thank you, Wikipedia, for these fun facts. Oh, Chad's going to add some stuff.
Yes, see, Moxie.
Chad's looking up Maine. Maine. Official drink of Maine is Moxie.
Soda.
It is a milk-based soda, right? It's a carbonated chocolate milk thing.
Yeah, it's more like cups.
Yes,
okay.
someone pointed out that you can see the coach for Team California is wearing like a gold California chain. It is like Flava Flav big. It is pretty awesome.
It's the silhouette of the state of
Yeah,
California?
it is the silhouette of the
Nice.
state of California. You saw a couple of the skaters wearing them when they came in. So yes, that is an accurate catch there. It is a gold
And you
chain.
noticed the jammer star for California, right?
Yes, it's the sunflower. Yes.
No, that's for
Oh.
Kansas. You noticed the California one, didn't you?
No, I saw
Someone
the
told me
bear.
it's the bear. That's their jammer star.
Yay.
They're having.
They have a normal start.
Oh, they have a normal star. Oh, they have a bear
The
on
bear
their
on their jersey.
Okay, all right. So they're skating bare-chested. Hey-oh. Well, it's more on their belly, bare abdomen. So we don't know what the official review is going to be. I don't know if we're going to have a skate over that's going to tell us. Maybe if we get Stevel's attention or Ref Pool's attention, they might be able to tell us.
Yeah, sometimes they let us in on the secret.
We'll
Sometimes they don't.
We'll look for a change in the scoreboard. Right now it's showing 78-67. So if there's a change in the personnel of the penalty box, no, come tell us.
No, you can tell us. You can come tell us, Coach from California.
Well, it will not be retained regardless. I'm not seeing a change to the personnel in the penalty box.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it was
They want
towards the
to
foul out.
to undo the foul out. Well, keep those guesses coming. Meanwhile, we are back underway. Nice move by Kansas, picking up lead. That is number 89, Hart. Kansas has quite a bit of depth on the jammer line. They've sent several different skaters out there.
Yes.
37 donning the star for California. That is Erex.
I
Kansas
think
gets 2.
Okay, Hart was able to pick up 2. Another one of those fast-paced skaters just skating the skate to try and keep themselves from being a point.
And if you play cribbage, you would want the score in your hand. It is 78 to 69, and that is worth a bunch of points in cribbage. That is worth at least 8 points in cribbage. 15-2, 15-4, and a run of 4 makes 8. Meanwhile, back on the track. Penalty box is empty. 5-on-5 roller derby action coming out here. 80 wheels are clattering on this blue sport court floor here at inline 309. California Jammer wears 4 9s on her back. That is Tifa Knox Hard. And picking up lead.
And Triple B is jamming for Team Kansas.
So the Jammer lineup also matched the scoreboard. We had 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and we had 6, 7, 8, 9 on the scoreboard as well.
And it looks like both jammers are recycled back.
One recycled back significantly further.
Yeah.
Penalty coming in. Correct, illegal position.
Looks like Sweet Assassin had to make sure she was the brace for Team Kansas.
And Snapper failed to reform and got sent to the apex penalty box. Another illegal position coming in. That's White 187 on the illegal position. Sweet Assassin. Black 33 also picked up a penalty. Party in the apex penalty box.
Yeah, definitely. And at least Team Kansas looks like they might have the advantage because even though there is a blocker, a California blocker standing, there are still 2 California blockers in the penalty box right now. So Team Kansas can hopefully take advantage of only having to go through two blockers in this jam.
9-point game, a net gain of 2 for California makes the score 84 to 73. 8 minutes and change left to play in regulation of the second period of the game.
Yes, and again to remind you all, Team Kansas is the 15th seed playing against California, which is the 5th seed, and the score is 84 California, 73 Kansas.
Manny Masikis has pick-up lead for the Bear Flag Republic. Rolla completed the initial. Now coming on for a scoring pass. Illegal position. Sends one to the box for California. And another Kansas blocker to the penalty box as well. That's the Kansas pivot. So no star passes available. Jammer swapping 4s.
Rolla picking up 4 points.
Oh, look, pair of 8s, pair of 7s. That's another good cribbage hand.
Maddie's now up to 8, but so is Rolla.
Destruction on 1337 for the black team. That is Dana Scully. And one of the skaters in the penalty box has a full minute. I'm not sure which one does, but the penalty wrangler, like mad from the infield, is signaling to the penalty box staff, hey, that skater has a full minute. Don't know which skater they were referring to. 11 points on the board for California. That is the 6th highest after the 5-12s.
Yes.
Brings
all the 12s.
Brings California up to 95. Kansas puts 10% of the score on the board to bring them up to 81.
There's a little pile up on a jammer on the inside line in the back.
E-Rex jamming for California. Jessica Boom jamming for Kansas. Multiplayer. That's the California pivot. 33 R2. Kansas gets their pivot back, heading into the backstretch. Ooh!
Wow. That was an excellent hit
Big
by
hit.
number 4.
By 4 on 4.
Oh.
E-Rex has the lead and 4 points.
Looks like Jessica Boom is looking a little confused, trying to figure out what's going on the tracks, trying to see where her blockers are, where the California blockers are. There was definitely a moment of her looking a little lost.
California up over the century mark with that last pass. Going to get even further along with this pass. They did call it off. It wasn't a 2-minute jam.
No.
So total of 10.
Timeout for Kansas, and that is a really smart move. They really need to stop, slow down, remember what got them to this point, contain the jammer, get their power lineups back, utilize their blockers. Their blockers were the reason they won that last game. They need to remember that. They need to have to play their game. California is fast. They are making them skate and lap and just burning their energy out, where Kansas is stronger when they're containing and holding and utilizing the force that they have as for their blockers. So they just need to remember that and, you know, shake it off and come right back in there, because they are doing a great job right now. If you can't tell, I'm a little biased.
we got some love coming in from Montana on the chat saying Montana did amazing as well. So, yeah, it's been a fun tournament.
Absolutely.
And we're still here on the first day.
Yeah, it's only day one, you guys. All of this amazing derby that you're watching, and we still have 3 more days of it.
And you can find it all here on twitch.tv/nerdderby. All right, team timeout is winding down. 5 minutes and, they put some time back on the clock. 5 minutes and 23 seconds now. Put 6 seconds back on the clock during that stoppage of play. 105 playing 85, a true 20-point lead. 21-17 is the scoring ratio.
Okay, looks like we have Hart jamming for Team Kansas, and Ginger Snapper. I don't think she jammed yet for Team California, has she?
No, we did call a penalty on Ginger Snapper recently, but I don't. Yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing 86 on my score sheet. So good catch.
Thank you.
High block coming in.
Yes.
It is on 808 on the black team. That is Hawaiian on the high block. Hart is the lead. First lead for Kansas since jam number 7, since Hart got lead in jam number 7.
And it looks like there was a star pass.
Oh, first California star pass.
Yes. So PMS is your new. If you could hear the crowd, that's why I keep stuttering. They are cheering so hard for Hart, who just did the apex jump and was able to get 8 points for Team Kansas and pulling them up to 93.
No quit in Kansas. God,
and a no score for Team California. They did exactly what they needed to do. Team Kansas said, we remember who we are. We are supposed to slow down. We are supposed to contain the jammer. This is our time. We're the Goonies. This is our time down here. It is your time up there, but down here it is our time.
Kansas has put points on the board in each of the last 5 jams. But here's lead jam going to California. That is 99-99. Knox.
And it looks like we have Rolla for Team Kansas as their jammer. And it looks like they've kept Black Mamba and No El Paso in the last couple of jams. They've both been contained on Team Kansas blocker rotation to try and help and contain the California jammers.
No El Paso did pick up a high block right there at the very end, so there will be a 1 skater advantage for the team in black heading into the next set of whistles. I didn't get the scores. 2 points went to California.
Yes.
That brings them up to 107. And Kansas does not put any points on the board for the first time since jam number 6. They have been consistently scoring up until then. 14-point game, 2 touchdowns to tie, 2 minutes and 50-some seconds left to play in regulation.
I love on the feed how people are saying how they're at work and they're screaming. Yeah, the crowd here, this is the most animated I've heard them all day. This is a very, very fun game to watch. People are just slamming on the hockey walls and cheering and screaming. And
Jessica Boom has picked up lead jam. Everybody loves the underdog, and the underdog is doing good things right now. 4 points, hit it, quit it. And it was it 4? It was all 4.
Yeah, it was 4.
10-point game.
10-point game.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's a nail biter.
107 playing 97. I'm not going to have any nails left. Do we have any sponsors left to thank, Kelly?
We do. We can thank 888. Derby isn't your typical sport, clearly. It's more like a carefully choreographed mosh pit on wheels. That's why we make protective gear specially designed for those who lay it all out there on the track. We cover heads, elbows, wrists, knees, hips, and yes, even butts. Because being Derby ready is one thing, but being Derby dominant is another. Check them out on their website at www.888.com and also find them on Instagram.
Thank you very much. Out on the track, Maddie Masochist has picked up lead jam for California. Triple B is the jammer of record for Kansas. Forearm penalty coming in. Kansas losing a blocker. Oh, and it is Triple B. So it's a power jam for California.
So
Could not come at a better time for the Californians. Could not come at a worse time for the Kansans.
Very true. I still have faith.
Yeah? And you still have heart.
Yes, we still have heart, too.
4 points go on the board for California. California's only put 2 points on the board in the last 3 frames. But not in the middle. Now they've got 4.
I just keep turning my head, looking at the score, looking at the ground, looking at the score, looking at the jam.
Start pass to number 999. That is Abella Virus now with the star. Track cut. This will go the full 2 as Maddie Masochist picks up the first Team California jammer penalty.
Yes. It couldn't have happened at a better time
for the Kansas.
for
Although
Kansas.
I don't know.
Hey,
Can they stop the clock? Is there a stoppage of play left? They can. They have an official review.
They do. They do have an official
review.
review.
They can get one more jam. Oh, no. They can't.
Oh, it's for California.
The other way.
Oh.
Game is over. California's going to win.
We got 5.
They can't call off the jam.
They can't call off the jam.
So keep going for another 10 seconds. And there it is.
Oh. Well done, Team Kansas. There is nothing they need to be ashamed of.
Your head
this
high.
was an amazing game to watch, to help call on this broadcast, and it was. Oh, there is an official review. They're still.
You never say die. Well, and they can. It's within the refs' discretion as to whether or not to call another jam if they think something happened. So we'll see what Kansas has up its sleeve. Right now, we're showing 117 to 102 with the 5 points that Kansas got in the last jam. They did get up over the century mark.
I just want to say I've watched a lot of Derby, and normally when you have a number 5 seed go against a number 15 seed, it's a blowout.
Yes.
This was a very welcome change. They were very prepared. They were ready, even though Team Kansas hasn't been skating that much together.
And the second time skating today,
yes.
California came in with fresh legs. Kansas has already skated once today.
And it was a really, really, really great game to watch. If you were tuning in, you picked a good one.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. And we got some great stuff coming up. Do you know what's next?
Yes.
Right after this game, we are going to have Montana
versus
the winner of
Louisiana.
3. Montana, Louisiana. Holy
So
cow.
That's another big gap in seed. So Louisiana is the 13th seed, and Montana is the number 7. Okay. So I would definitely stick around, because if it was anything like this game, you guys and gals and all other, it is going to be amazing. It's going to be
Hey, we're going to have some input into MVPs. If you're watching on the chat,
tell us who you think.
Yeah, give us some suggestions on who you think the MVP should have done. What do you think right now? Can I throw you under the bus? And
totally. I think Olsen played. I think they played a great game. I think Hart gave her heart.
Yes.
I think Maddie for Team California was doing a lot of good things. And then the one who's the 15-pound.
Yes, number 215.
215, Boo. I think Boo was great as well. So yeah, let us know who you think for MVPs.
Yes, we would love to have your input. Oh, look, they're already chiming in. People saying Olsen and Hart. Olsen for MVP. Let's go Montana. Montana, looking forward to the next game. So, yeah, they're questioning who called the official review. The coach from Kansas called it. California, why would they? They've won the game. There's absolutely no
They're
reason
like,
to call
we're
the official
good.
review. So it is the Kansas official review.
Did they? Oh, they did. They
Tara
did.
Tot
Okay,
had
they
a
did.
great game
That is true too. You were
707
absolutely right. We
for
were saying.
California.
Yeah, E-Rex had a good game. The Mad for Gravy, they had amazing hits this game.
yep.
So they're another skater to be for. Mamba, yes, Mamba did amazing things today, and in general. But yes, in this game as
Jessica
well.
Boom had a great game out there on the jammer line quite a bit. So
Yeah, I think all of the Team Kansas
all the Kansas.
jammers need to be MVP because they killed it. They did amazing things, but then so did their blockers.
Coaches are dancing and heading back to their benches. So I imagine that
Team California.
it's going to be an official game.
So yeah, it looks like it hasn't said officially.
California is thanking the officials and thanking the refs. And so I'm going to guess. Oh, here we go. Steve was going to come over.
We're asking for a back block on Black Jammer. It's not issued.
Okay, thank you. So yes, it looks like Team Kansas was looking for a black block on the Team California jammer, but it wasn't issued.
That's Axis of Stevel, the head ref coming in. Axis of Stevel, also one of our sponsors. You can get patches from Stevel Patches.
That is right.
So,
I am a part of his fun little Facebook patches
Kill
group.
two birds with one stone. Stevel making patches and also making great calls here. So that is the official final, 117 Plan 102. You want to take us out, Kelly?
Oh, New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering size-inclusive leggings. I need those, and shorts designed to fit you with 7 different lengths because I'm tall, and pockets. I love pockets. Who doesn't love pockets? She is sure to have a style that works for your body. Team colors, custom prints, and group discounts are available, also offering dozens of armbands and helmet cover options. She has got you covered, pun intended. Please see sociopath.ca/nerd for 10% off your next order. Who doesn't like a discount?
All right. On behalf of Kelly Kruger, I am Bobby Narco. We are going to wish you, and of course Chad Newt and Nerd Derby Productions, we wish you peace, love, and roller derby. Oh, we're going to want to tell them.
We're going to want to tell you the MVPs once we know.
I signed off.